Woo-wee. I'm telling you guys, straight up, this is the 5th time I filmed this. I keep running into technical issues. It's fine. I had to take my whole setup and move it. You know what? I have missed you. I have missed you guys. Let me just say that, number one. I've been gone. It's been busy. I went to Austin for Fantastic Fest. Met a lot of awesome people. Did a lot of cool stuff. Went to Cincinnati for the Blink concert. It's just been a mess, and we've missed you guys. We are live again tomorrow night, Tuesday night, on September the 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern. So join us. Let's talk movie news and hang out, all the stuff that we've missed. Now, speaking of something I missed, I heard everybody talking about him at the film festival, and I thought that it was just something that, the fancy people got pre-screenings of. And turns out it's been out for a week, and I just didn't know because everything's been so crazy. But I saw it today, and it's wild, man. My expectations for this movie were super high, but I'm pretty lucky because I got to hear how much everybody said it sucked before I actually went to see it. So the expectations dropped. And you know what's weird is that these days I've seen a couple comments recently. Maybe it's because The Conjuring video came out, and as you guys know, I thought it was pure butt crack. I've seen a couple comments lately that are like, "Oh, you guys are just so negative all the time now, and anything that's popular you just don't like." And it's like, it's called just being. And by the way, if you look back at our track record, we're like really positive about most stuff, more so than your average person. However, it's just called being passionate, man. Now, I know that your mother and your father were never passionate about you, so maybe you don't understand that, and we can smell our own. But it's just being passionate about a movie, man. That's all it is. Take it easy. We don't have to like the same things. That's what makes the world fun. That being said, I think I like this movie more than most people did, at least 80% of the way into it. And then, oh my goodness, we'll talk about that for sure. But first off, this movie was tailor-made for me, dude. I love football. I love football movies. Any Given Sunday, The Replacements, Remember the Titans. Football movies really get my gears going, and obviously love horror movies, but I really, really love the Wayans brothers, the whole family, man. Marlon may be my favorite of all of them. I grew up with Mo Money, Mo Problems, obviously with a scary movies franchise. I love those dudes, and Marlon Wayans is my favorite. And first off, let me just say that this is the problem with the Oscars. Didn't think I was going to go there, did you? Haha, Ninja Star. Yeah, this is the problem with the Oscars, man. They pick 10 movies. They pick from the same 10 movies, and they make all the awards out of those. And they're always movies about some guy, like some Monopoly man, like croissants and salmon. And that's the thing. But if it were a just world, this movie's just all right. But Marlon Wayans was fantastic. In a just world, he would be able to get a supporting Oscar nomination nod for this. And I'm dead serious. He's that good. And you can see a taste of it in the trailer. And he's that good throughout the entire movie. He's awesome. The main character, not so much. There's nothing against the guy that's playing the character. It's just that the character's just so magoo, It's just, he sounds like one of those dudes at a press conference, a quarterback, saying the right things at all moments, which I get is his character going through the movie. But when stuff goes crazy, when his pants are around his ankles and he's covered in blood holding a samurai sword, then you would think that he wouldn't still have just that kind of boring personality, and this character kind of does. Somebody in the movie makes fun of him for being he's like, you 2K created face having motherfucker, and it's kind of the personality as well. He seems like the 2K create your own star type of personality on those things that you go through. So that wasn't that great either. Apart from that, it's not a good horror movie is part of the problem. It's never scary whatsoever, and I think it was maybe mismarketed a little bit because it's more of a. And when I was enjoying it, 60% of the way through the movie, what I enjoyed the most about it was that I was like, hey, this is more of a thriller than anything. Like a weird 90s thriller. That's not great, but it will capture your interest at 2 a.m. on Cinemax. You'd be like, that shit was kind of funky. That was weird. But it's definitely more horror thriller. And The Last Boy Scout, right? That's more of an action movie thriller that touches on the topic. Also features a Wayans brother. But this was, it just didn't hit the mark, man. I get what they were doing, and horror's so great at doing that. It's so great at taking something that's kind of weird and funky, like, Tom Brady doing nothing but eating avocado ice cream all day, probably doesn't poop, his teeth are so white it's weird, and then, he's just completely obsessed with the game of football, and it's like, that's what you have to do. You have to beat the next guy, and all this coach speak and crap like that until you've got high school kids out there on mini-thins in the street looking like Jesse from Saved by the Bell, I'm so scared. It's just too much at some point, right? At some point you gotta hey, they even say in the movies, sometimes you gotta take a step back so you can take a step forward, get some rest. And the whole competitive nature of football and stuff like that's gotten so insane with some of the stuff they do. So, horror's great at shining a light on stuff like that and doing that. Unfortunately, this is no deeper than the trailer goes. That's just kind of where it all stops. The trailer, what you saw is what you get, and it is what it is. I have seen some people complaining that it doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of random images. I get what they're saying, but when I heard that, I was thinking, oh no, this is like a Terrence Malick, just absolute, oh my God, there's a guy sitting Indian leg sweating in a sauna, and then he's doing cocaine off a hooker's leg, and then he's crying alone in a children's sized pool area, and then he's, fucking Batman. And I was like, this movie makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. None of this means anything. You guys just want to feel smart, so you're just like putting a bunch of dumb shit on screen and saying you understand it when you fucking don't. And it's all about his mother, actually, at the end of the day. This is not one of those movies, is what I'm saying. It all makes pretty much sense. There's a lot of plot holes. It's like, how could that guy just die and nobody would know about it? I mean, come on. There's a lot of plot holes and a lot of stuff like that, but it's easy to follow. It's just so simple. And the cinematography is good. The looks of everything are good. There are some characters where you're like, all right, why is that guy wearing a fucking headdress? That doesn't even make any sense. A little bit of that going on, but it's not, Terrence Malick, fucking crazy town, sugar, come, my lady, butterfly, sugar, fucking baby type. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I've done this so many times now. But my point is this, if I have a point, it was all fine. What it should have been, what this movie should have been as a whole, it should have been a Tales from the Crypt. It would have been a perfect Tales from the Crypt episode. It would have been a perfect anthology in a VHS movie or something like that. Obviously, it's too clean for that, but a perfect anthology piece. It should have been 20 minutes long, and it would have been amazing. The trailer was amazing, but we did it backwards. Normally, you get a 20-minute short of something like this, and you're like, that was amazing. They should make that a full-length movie. Well, we did it backwards. We saw the full-length movie, and we're like, they should have made that a 20-minute short because it just wasn't there. Marlon Wayans was great. Jim Jeffries was great in the movie. I love him. Great stand-up comedian. You guys should watch his shit. It's really funny. But he was good in this. Kind of the James Woods character of Any Given Sunday character of this movie. I'll never forget that movie. He was like, that's fine. Just stay here and get butt-fucked by 12 Neanderthals. See if I care. James Woods was great in that movie. But, yeah, I got to the end of the movie, though. We get to the end. I'm liking the football stuff. I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy the cinematography. Marlon Wayans, all good. It's when we get to the ending where it's like, oh, man. Like, you could tell they just went, I don't know what to do with this shit now. Like, the premise was told 39 minutes ago. I checked my watch a couple times throughout the movie. Even though I was enjoying it reasonably up to that point, it was like a 6.5. On a great day, maybe a 7. Then the ending happened, and it was like, that just was dumb. That just, like, it seemed like it was written by a 13-year-old edgelord that was like, and then he's going to cut this blood's going to gut, yeah. Like, that's what it felt like. Whoever wrote this, like, that was just silly. It makes no sense. This character wouldn't do that. None of this would have panned out this way. This is just dumb. You were like, we should just, I can't say it, but what they did was just silly as fuck. And it just everything was all right. And then they just drove off of, Fart Ravine into Shit Creek. So on that part, for sure. But apart from that, not that horrible of a movie. I liked it a little bit better than most, I feel like. It was fine till the end, yeah. But there's good stuff there, yeah. Good stuff in it. But yeah, just not a great horror film. I get why people are disappointed, for sure. That being said, I've missed you guys, and I love you, and we're live tomorrow. What else? I think that's it, Steve. Let's go into the next chapter and figure out what I fucked up on this time.